Happy Wednesday. Today we're doing a kettlebell core workout. Hopefully I don't get kicked off of live this time. I did a live yesterday and somehow got kicked off after 35 minutes. Don't know what happened. So we hope and pray that today we keep going all the way through, because you guys are going to want to join me for this kettlebell core workout, or at the very least get some ideas for your next kettlebell workout and how to work your core. So yesterday on the live, we talked about grip strength. Luckily, I got through most of it before I unceremoniously got kicked off. But with grip strength, I emphasized that every kettlebell exercise trains your grip. Every kettlebell exercise is going to help you strengthen your grip. Now, let me tell you something very similar with core training with kettlebells. Every kettlebell exercise, virtually every exercise, is going to train your core as well. Okay, but the ones we're going to do today are going to put in special emphasis on your core muscles. So if that's something you're concerned about, if you are not sure if you have a strong core, you want to work on getting a stronger core, then this workout is for you. Okay, so you're going to need at least one light to moderate weight kettlebell, although you may want to have one heavier kettlebell for one of the exercises when you use a heavy kettlebell. And so you may be surprised that during this workout, you may not feel like a really extreme ab burn. Okay. Again, when we're talking about core, we're not just talking abs. We're also talking the back. We're also talking your obliques. We're talking like everything in your trunk. So you may not necessarily feel like a real concentrated ab burn like you would if you're doing just like a crunch, which is targeting one specific area in a short range of motion. But it's most definitely going to be working your entire core. And you may be surprised at the end of it. You're like, that felt like a full body workout, because it's also going to challenge your arms and your legs in addition to your trunk. Hi DJ, hi Southwest. Yep, it is Ash Wednesday. If you're wondering why I got a weird smudge on my head that doesn't actually look like a cross, but it's supposed to be. At one point it was something a little bit more resembling a cross. Hopefully I don't sweat it off too quick. So yeah, today core workout. Let me know if you have any questions about core training before we get started. And yeah, excited to show you guys a few of my favorite core moves with the kettlebells. We're going to do a warm-up. We're going to do two different series of 3 exercises. So we're going to do 3 exercises, do a few sets, and then we're going to do a different set of 3 exercises, do a few sets, and then we can discuss core training. Happy to answer any questions that you have about kettlebells or core, or whatever else comes up for you. So, before we get into the workout, I want to remind you that I am running a kettlebell challenge, which is free and open to everybody, and it's starting March 10th, which is this upcoming Monday. So it's called the 15-day Fit in 15 Challenge. All you need is a single kettlebell and to enter your email on the sign-up page, and you will get daily email reminders with the workouts. 10 of these workouts are brand new. No one has ever done them before, and right now you can, for a short time, you can access them for free. After that 15 days, they will be for members only, but during this 15 days, anybody can access and take part in this challenge. And it's really the goal of the challenge is to show you that you can make progress with just short bouts of effort every day. So just a 15-minute kettlebell workout. Some of them will be easier, some of them will be harder, but it'll give you a great workout. You don't have to spend a lot of time to get fit. It's really just about being consistent in the long term. So if you want to join me for that 15-day Fit in 15 challenge, I'd love to have you. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we already have about 60 people signed up. I'm going to drop the link in the chat, and I'll remind you about it again at the end of today's workout, but would love to have you there. Again, all you have to do is enter your email. You'll get a daily email reminder with the link to the workout. You can join our Facebook group, our Kettlebell Solo Facebook group. You don't have to be a paying member. You can just join the group and learn more about Kettlebell Solo and access our free resources. So would love to see you there. With that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Doesn't look like we have any questions so far, but as always, if you have questions, feel free to drop them into the chat while we're working out. Okay, so it's a bit of a drab weather over here, so my outfit is kind of reflecting that. Got my kettlebells ready to go. We're going to go ahead and get started with a warm-up. So we're going to start off from the neck. You're going to go ahead and tuck your chin down and then look up. We're going to do that 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do our chicken double chin. Thrust your chin forward, glide it back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, you're going to turn, look over your shoulder, and then turn, look over the other. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming to center, slowly dropping your ear down, and then coming up and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we're going to do some shoulder circles next, so just shrug those shoulders forward, up, back, down. Okay, we'll do 10 reps each direction. Loosen up the upper back and shoulders. Again, as I mentioned, it's a core focused workout, but you may feel like you've gotten a full body workout by the end of it. We'll find out. Okay, reverse it, roll it around the other way. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fingertips to the shoulders, chicken wings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Now we're going to stretch out, handcuff stretch, clasp the hands together, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You can either keep your elbows bent or straighten the arms depending on your flexibility. We're just going to hold this here for about 30 seconds or so. Okay, squeezing those shoulder blades together, stretching out the front of the shoulders and the chest. Nice deep breaths into the chest to help us stretch it. Okay, gently go ahead and release the hands. We're going to take a slight bend in the knees and go into our pelvic tilts. Lift up the back of the pelvis, tuck tailbone under using your lower abs. So glutes are relaxed, shifting back and forth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Next one, we're going to do a windmill hinge because we are going to be doing windmills today. If you saw the cover photo for this live, you saw that I was doing a windmill in there. So we're going to do some windmills. Okay, so feet a little wider than hip width apart. You're going to turn your toes out on one side about 45 degrees. Okay, this hand's gonna stay down on the thigh, this hand's gonna reach up. Now there's a few ways you can do this, and this is going to be the same for when we load it. If you don't have super flexible hamstrings, you're gonna bend both your knees as you push your booty back, okay? And make sure that you're not like rounding your spine, okay? It's not a side bend, it's a hinge similar to a deadlift. The other way you can do it is you can keep this leg straight and bend the other leg, okay? A little bit more challenging. The most challenging one in your flexibility is going to be both legs straight as you do that hinge. So choose the version that works best for you. We're just going to do that for about five reps each side. Just get yourself used to this position. If you've never done this exercise before, this may be enough for you without a weight added to it, but you're welcome to add a weight to it if you feel comfortable. Okay, other side, same thing. Choose either both knees bent, one knee bent, or both legs straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Feet about hip width apart now, neutral square. We're gonna go ahead and squat, warm those legs up a little bit further. 2, 3, we'll go to 10 here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, next up, march. Okay, I'm gonna take feet together. You're gonna go ahead and lift one leg. I want you to hold it for a second or two so your hip flexors fire up. Okay, and then other side. Couple seconds. We're gonna do that 10 times. Make sure you're really stable here. You're feeling those hip flexors working. 4, 5, if this is too challenging on your balance, you're welcome to grab something to hold on to while you do it. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, that's going to complete our warm-up. We're going to move into our first set of kettlebell exercises. Let's see. So we're going to start off with our rack hold march. So for that one, we just practiced warming up for that, right? So what we're going to do is you're going to hold the kettlebell in the rack position and we're going to march. And again, you don't have to hold it quite as long as during our warm-up, okay? We're going to do 10 reps each side. That's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 is going to be an around the body handoff. And this one, we're going to start off in narrow square position. We'll change our position each round, but we're going to start off here. All you're going to do, let that bell come around, okay? Another great exercise for your core. We'll do 10 reps, bring it up, and we'll reverse it. And bonus, this one works your grip strength too, which I told you yesterday, so you're probably aware of that. And then our third exercise that we're going to do is the windmill, okay? So for the windmill, you have a few different options. And again, I highly recommend, if you haven't done this before, maybe don't do it with any weight, okay? Again, you can bend both knees, you can bend one knee, or you can just go down. If you have the flexibility, you could just do it body weight if that was challenging enough. Okay, another option is you could hold the kettlebell in your lower hand. Okay, this is going to be a better option if you don't have great flexibility in your hamstrings. And then the full version is that kettlebell overhead. And again, either both knees bent, one knee bent, or legs straight. Okay, you just go down to where you can keep good form and come back up. That one's just going to be 5 repetitions each direction. And we're going to do that 3 times through to complete part 1 of the workout before we move on to part 2. Okay, so all of these excellent core exercises also happen to be excellent exercises that work your grip as well. Zuck said, who shot you on the head? Nobody shot me on the head. This is from Ash Wednesday. If you don't know what it is, look it up. All right, so we're going to get started with our march here. I'm going to start off with my 12 kg or 26 pound kettlebell. So use something light to moderate weight. Okay, you're going to bring that kettlebell to rack position and we're going to march. Little pause at the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, switching sides. Rack position on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you find that balance at the top. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job in that narrow square position. Starting with the bell up at the hip, round the body handoffs, 10 and 10. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bell up, reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. Okay, we're going to our windmill next. Feel free to hold it in that bottom hand if you like, or you can hold it in the top hand. Up to you. We're going to go 5 reps each side. Take your time. Nice, slow and controlled. If you want to drop a guess as to what muscles this exercise works in the comments, drop your guess, and I'll let you know if you're right. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Switching over to the other side. Same thing here. 1. Don't feel like you have to go all the way to the ground. Just go to the range of motion that feels good for your body today. 3, 4, and 5. Nice job. Let me know if you have any guesses on that windmill. Okay, we're gonna go into set number 2. I'm gonna use my slightly heavier kettlebell. Up to you if you wanna stay at the same weight or if you wanna go up a little bit. We're gonna move into that second set of marching. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're going to move into our round the body handoff. We're going to change our stance a little. So this is going to help us work our balance a little more. From neutral, square, feet about hip width apart. You're going to take 1 foot step forward. We're in neutral, short, stagger stance. Okay, kettlebell up to the hip. We got 10 reps each direction. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bell up, reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bell up. Switch your stance. We've got to match it up on the other side. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. Moving on to our windmill. 5 reps each side. Slow and steady. So this is a great exercise, not just to work on your hamstring strength and flexibility, but to work on your shoulder stability, your obliques, your abs. I think that's 4. Okay, switching sides. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Little breather, and then we're going to do one more set. Absolute said, can I use a dumbbell? Is 7.5 kg too much? It depends. You can absolutely use a dumbbell, but whether that's too heavy for you, it may be, especially if you've never done it before. That's quite heavy to start. That's heavier than I'm using here. And I've done a lot of windmills over the years, so I would definitely start lighter if you've never done it before. I would start with it body weight if you don't have an alternative. Someone said, I see a cat tree, where are the cats? Well, they're napping, of course. All right, we got one more set, starting from the top with the march. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I don't know about you guys, but I feel that in my entire core, in my entire trunk, on the sides, on the back, on the front, everywhere. Great exercise. Okay, one more set of around the body handoffs. This time we're gonna go narrow, short. So narrow means feet together. Short, 1 foot step forward. This one's really gonna challenge your balance. And usually if it's challenging your balance, it's challenging your core. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it up, reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, switch your stance, narrow, short on the other side. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. One more time through on our windmill. 5 and 5. Slow and steady on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switching sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. We'll take a little breather before we go into our next set. If you're joining in to this workout with me, let me know. How is it going? Thumbs up. Hi, Kelsey. Thanks for joining. We have another set of 3 exercises we're going to go through next for this kettlebell core workout, but curious to know if you're joining along, how it's going. Absolute said, can I ask a lot of questions? Sure, I'm open to questions. Feel free to ask your questions. I may or may not have the answers, but you're welcome to ask. DJ said it's going well. Awesome. Shaggy 8 said, what on forehead? It's from Ash Wednesday. Today's Ash Wednesday. Kelsey said to do core, you have to do a ton of different exercises. And is a set equal to the different exercises? So like 4 different exercises, 4 sets. Good question, Kelsey. No, you don't have to do a ton of different exercises to work your core. You could do one exercise and do a few sets of it and it would work your core. So there's no means, by no means you have to do a lot. The main reason I'm showing you different ones is that you have different ideas of how you can use kettlebells to train your core, but you by no means have to incorporate all of them into one workout like I'm doing here. I'm just giving you a sample of different exercises that work your core. A set is usually just how many times you're doing the exercises. So maybe you have a set of just one exercise and you're doing that multiple sets, but a set could also be if you have 2 exercises and then you're doing that like 3 sets, then, you know, so it kind of depends on the workout, I guess, or how you define it. You may hear that defined different ways, but again, you don't have to do it any one specific way. I'm very much a fan of like, there's many different ways to do it. I am not dogmatic about how exactly you have to do it. So there's many different ways to train your core. These are just some sample of exercises, but you could just take one exercise, like say the rack hold march, and you could do maybe 2 sets or 3 sets of the rack hold march with rest in between, and that could be your core workout. Or you could use 2 exercises, or you could do a bunch of them. It really just depends. Absolute said, so do you do good mornings and hip thrusts? They're beneficial, right? And do you train your feet and toes for balance or wear toe spacers? Also, do you train your forearms? They look strong and defined. I wouldn't say I really do good mornings. I do a lot of like deadlift type exercises, a lot of hinging type exercises, but I don't really do good mornings specifically. And as far as like loaded hip thrusts, I'm assuming you're saying, no, I don't train those. I don't really have the equipment or setup for that, so I don't. I train my glutes in other ways. Training feet and toes. I do a lot of balance training with kettlebells, and I do different mobility for my ankles and feet and toes. So I would say, yes, I don't wear toe spacers. No. Yes, I train my forearms. Much of that training is just kettlebells. If you want to know more specifically my thoughts on grip strength training, go to the live I did yesterday. It's on building a stronger grip. So I detail all the different ways I have trained in my forearms over the years, including stall bars, rings, kettlebells, club bells, all kinds of stuff. So if you go to my profile and hit the live tab, you can see the replay from yesterday and check that out about grip. The other question was, how long have you been training for? Do you mainly just focus on kettlebells? Yeah, I mean, I've been training for, like almost 20 years. I've been strength training for almost 20 years. So I've been training for quite a long time. And right now I mainly focus on kettlebells, but I have done all kinds of different training over the years. So my strength is built through a number of modalities. I've done a lot of kettlebell sport. I've done the type of training I do now, kettlebell solo, done a lot of ring training, gymnastic strength training, handstands, stall bars, mobility work, a ton of different stuff. So right now I mostly focus on kettlebells, but I also do like mobility and body weight and I have a stall bar and pull-up bar over here, so I use that as well. Thanks, Elena. Elena said, Brittany is a world champion record holder for kettlebell sport training, for kettlebell sport competitions. What Cub said, what's that thing on your forehead? Is that a headshot or what? No, it's for Ash Wednesday. Yeah, Absolute said, is talking about forearm training. Absolutely, you should train rings. I feel like rings are like the best for forearm training. Lovely asked, how many kilograms is the kettlebell? So I have a few different ones. This one is 16 kilograms, 12 kg, and this one back here is 24 kg. CCCIV said, what's that on your head? Ash Wednesday. If you're not sure what it is, you can Google it real quick. It'll tell you. Okay, we're going to go on to our next set of exercises. Okay, so for this, we're going to do a shoulder rainbow, a heavy goblet squat, and a single arm farmer carry or farmer hold. Okay, so shoulder rainbow is going to look like this. You're going to make kind of a 90-degree angle here with the arms and make a little rainbow shape as you go over and back is 1. Okay, we're going to do that 10 times. Then we're going to do a goblet squat. Okay, so you're going to go, you want to use something that's heavy. So goblet squat, even though it's a leg exercise, it's actually quite demanding on your core and your arms when you hold the kettlebell away from your chest. So you want to use something heavy. I'll probably use my 24 kg because we're only going to do 3 to 5 reps. So if you have available to you a kettlebell that's heavy enough to really challenge you for 3 to 5 reps, and you can bring it up safely, then I want you to use that kettlebell. If you don't have a super heavy kettlebell, that's okay. Just use the weight you have. It's still going to work your core. And then lastly, we're going to do a single arm farmer carry or hold. I'm just going to stand here and hold because otherwise I could go walk around and then I'll be out of frame. Okay, so I'm going to hold, but you're welcome to like walk around if you have space to walk around. We'll do that for 30 seconds. I will time that for you. Let's see, I got to pull up a timer here, a little stopwatch. And we're going to do that for 3 sets. DJ just dropped what Ash Wednesday is in the comment. Thanks for sharing that. Cub asked, what's the price per kilogram for average kettlebell in your country? I don't know. You'd have to Google that. I'd have to Google it. So I'm not sure. I said, can you do headstand? Yes, I can do a headstand. How about you? All right, we're moving into this second set of exercises. Again, if you have other questions, happy to answer them after this series, okay? Feel free to join along if you've got a kettlebell or dumbbell. Ready, set, and go. Squeezing the kettlebell between the hands, and I'm keeping that kettlebell out in front of me, engaging my abs. Make sure you're not arching your spine, okay? Tuck your tailbone under. 3. This is an excellent exercise for your obliques. 4, and your upper back, really. 5, remember your core is not just your abs. Your abs are also working on this. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Like I told you earlier, this is a core workout, but it's also kind of a full body workout. That's the beauty of kettlebell training, okay? So next up, 3 to 5 goblet squats with a heavy kettlebell for you. Okay, I'm using my 24 kg, 53-pound kettlebell. I'm gonna do 5 reps. Use your legs to bring it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't believe I used to lift 2 of those kettlebells for 10 minutes. So for kettlebell sport, I used to do long cycle clean and jerk with 2 53-pound kettlebells. Whew. Couldn't do that today, I tell you. All right, we're gonna do our farmer carry or farmer hold. Use your legs to pick the bell up. Make sure that you're not letting your shoulders go down. Roll them back. Stay nice and tall and breathe. Okay, this is an excellent exercise again for your entire trunk. You're really gonna feel that activation on the opposite side here to keep you steady. Feel free to walk around if you want. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Again, stay nice and tall. Keep those shoulders up. Engage the abs. Try not to let your ribs flare. Pull the ribs in a little bit. And breathe. Ten seconds to go. And time. So we're doing 30 seconds per side, but the time again is kind of arbitrary. It depends how heavy of a bell you're using, whether you've done this before, where you're at in your progression. You could start with 10 seconds with a heavy bell, work up to 15, 20, or you could do a minute with a slightly lighter kettlebell. So it also depends what kettlebells you have available to you. Okay, so that's set number 1. Now we're gonna move on. Same thing through those next set of exercises. Shoulder rainbows, here we go, 10 reps. 1, 2, make sure you're breathing. 3, squeezing the kettlebell between the hands to get a little more activation. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Those really get you after 10 reps. All right, next set, you're gonna use your heavy bell for goblet squats. Okay, you can either, you can use whatever stance you want if you wanna go a little wider. For me, it feels better to be a little narrower, so it's up to you. It's also about just keeping the kettlebell away from the chest to engage your arms and your abs, all right? 3 to 5 reps. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice job. We're gonna go into that farmer carry or farmer hold up next. Okay, we got 30 seconds. Feel free to walk around. I'm just gonna stand here awkwardly staring at the camera. It's amazing how this can really get your heart rate up just holding a heavy weight at your side. Doesn't feel like I'm doing that much, but when it's heavy enough, it's quite the challenge. We've got about 5 seconds left here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Feels easy for a few seconds, and then it quickly starts to become difficult again. Good, almost there. 10 seconds to go. And if in case anybody's wondering, this kettlebell is 24 kg or 53 pounds. So it's a bit of a beast, the green monster, as we like to call it. Okay, so we got one more set to go. We got some blocking to do in the comments. I don't know why the weirdest people always come onto my lives. Why? If you're not here for lifting kettlebells, go away. All right, we're gonna do one more set and then I'll take any questions that you guys have. Somebody just asked what happened to my forehead. It's Ash Wednesday today. Somebody asked if I'm fasting. Yes, but not like a complete fast. So I'm gonna eat, I've eaten like a little bit of food and I'll have a meal later, but fasting for most of the day, yes. All right, last set of shoulder rainbows. Here we go. 1, 2. Hopefully you're feeling those lats and obliques. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, going on to our goblet squats. That's right, goblet squats. Okay, last set of 5 reps here. All right, we got this. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, last one. Best one or hardest one? I'm not sure. I like this one. It seems easy to just stand here, but it's kind of the hardest one, honestly. You guys can let me know afterwards if you agree. Okay, 10 more seconds. We'll switch to the other side and finish it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Last 30 seconds here. Oh, I'm really starting to get a little bit of shaking. Whew. Almost there. Last few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kettlebells down. Take a little breather. Would love to get your feedback on the workout. If you did this workout today, were there any exercises that surprised you that you didn't realize were core exercises or you just didn't think of that way? Let me know in the chat. Again, as I mentioned, all of these exercises work your grip strength. They work full body strength, but they also really help with core strength. And that's not just your abs, but your obliques, your lats, your trunk, just your entire upper body, really, your entire trunk. DJ said, great workout. Thanks, DJ. Any favorite moves? Gym leader Jake said 50 kg. Either those are plastic or she's stronger than Thor. Not a 50 kg, 53 pounds, 24 kg. So yeah, not 50 kg. Hi, Abby. Thanks for joining. DJ says shoulder rainbows. She loves the shoulder rainbows. Yeah, those are awesome. Those feel so good to me. Just love that exercise. Just really great exercise for the entire core and upper body. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it. Other questions about core training or kettlebells, or if you guys have requests for other workouts you want to see, I did create like a body weight core workout, so we could also do that in the future if you guys want. Brianna said, could you recap the exercises, please? I missed part of the live. Yeah, I can really quickly show you them again, Brianna, and then once this is over, you'll be able to watch it from the beginning, and like if you want to follow along and actually do the workout. But real quick for you, rack hold march. So march, find your balance each time. You want to make sure you also do it on the other side, okay? Then we did, second exercise was around the body handoff. Again, make sure you reverse directions there as well. Third exercise was the kettlebell windmill here. Okay, you can also bend one knee to make that a little bit easier, or you can bend both knees if you don't have great flexibility in your lower body. So that was our first series of exercises. We did those together, 3 sets. And then we did another 3 exercises, shoulder rainbows. Okay, we did a goblet squat with a heavy kettlebell. So I used my 24 kg, but doing just 3 to 5 reps, the heavy bell to focus on that core engagement. And then finally, we did a farmer hold, or you can walk if you want, 30 seconds per side with a moderate to heavyweight kettlebell for you. So those were our exercises. And if you want to do it from the top with me after I end this live, the replay will be available on my channel. If you hit the live tab, it'll show up there and it'll say kettlebell core workout with the windmill photo on it. Hi Scott, happy Ash Wednesday to you as well. Jake asked, where should I buy a heavy kettlebell? Online. Probably the best way to get one is for not a super expensive price. If you want to get a heavy one, is to buy one on Facebook Marketplace, or any site where you can get it used from somebody. Otherwise, you know, you could get it from any of the big kettlebell brands. Elena said, goblet squat lovely with 24 kg or strong. Thanks, Elena. Yeah, like I said, I used to lift double 24 kgs for 10 minutes. So for me, that weight used to be like an endurance weight. I couldn't do that right now, but I've still retained some of that strength. Brianna said, thank you. You're welcome, Brianna. DJ said, if I had lots of money, I'd buy Pro Kettlebell, but alas, not my budget. Yeah, it's understandable, DJ. Pro Kettlebells are quite expensive. There's other brands out there that are a little bit cheaper, although who knows, they may get less cheap since most of them come from China, but we'll find out. Any other questions on kettlebell training, core training? Remember that I'm going live tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time for a kettlebell sport Q&A. So if you want to know more about kettlebell sport, I'll share somewhat of my experience with kettlebell sport. So if you're curious about what kettlebell sport is, or again, like what's my experience with it, or what even am I talking about? Then join me tomorrow for the Q&A and you'll learn more about kettlebell sport. And if you have questions about kettlebell sport, like you don't know much about it and you want to know, or you already do kettlebell sport and you have questions for me on training or programming, then be sure to join me for that tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm also taking requests. If you guys have requests for next week, always happy to hear what your requests are. RJJ said, I love your forearms. Thank you. Sirkin, I'm not sure what 90 super means, so I don't really know how to respond to that. Other questions? I mentioned this in the beginning, but for those of you who missed it, I'm going to be running a free 15-day kettlebell challenge starting on March 10th. So if you want to learn about how I train with kettlebells and see more specific workouts that I do and actually follow along with me on a video, join me for my 15-day Fit in 15 kettlebell challenge. It's going to be 15 days of 15-minute kettlebell workouts. Some will be easy, some will be moderate, some will be hard, but the challenge is not going to be like super taxing. The challenge is really just about staying consistent for 15 days and showing you that there's a way to train that doesn't involve a ton of suffering. You can do easy workouts most of the time and make great progress. All you need is a single light kettlebell to join us. DJ is joining us for the challenge. She just said she's looking forward to it. Excellent. If anybody else wants to join, I'll drop that link here in the chat and I will pin it in the comments on this live later in case you want to join. Lovely said, you're so inspiring. Thanks, Lovely. Appreciate you being here. Any other, do you guys have other requests for workouts that you want to see here on YouTube Live? Let me know. Lovely said, do you have any advice for anybody who wants to lose weight? My advice would be to start tracking your what you're eating, so you have an idea of what you're eating, because most people don't really know. They think they know. So I would track that and get a good idea of that, and get consistent with a sustainable exercise routine. So something you like, something that doesn't tire you out, something you could see yourself doing for the next 5-10 years. I would say those are kind of the keys that I would really recommend, is in addition to, of course, it's important to hydrate, get good sleep, and reduce your stress levels if you can. South to West said, always learn something here. Thanks, South to West. I appreciate it. Hopefully you learned some new moves that you hadn't thought of before, many of which you can do with a dumbbell. Other questions that you guys have for me? Lovely said, do I need to lift dumbbells while losing weight? No, you don't. You don't necessarily. I mean, losing weight is really almost entirely diet related. Exercise is something that can help because it increases your activity level and how many calories you're burning, but building muscle helps you increase your metabolism so that you're burning more calories at rest. So while it can be a helpful tool to strength train, whether with dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, body weight, whatever it is, it can absolutely help you to lose weight. The most important thing for losing weight is taking a look at your nutrition, being really honest with yourself, and making some adjustments there. But you know, if you strength train, the reason why strength training is just a great bang for your buck workout and can be really helpful in aiding with weight loss is because as you build muscle, your body burns more calories at rest because muscle requires more energy to use than if you have more body fat. So your, resting metabolic rate is going to go up, which means that, you have kind of a bit more of an allowance with regards to your calories, and it's going to be easier for you to be in a deficit, but you don't necessarily have to strength train in order to lose weight. DJ said it also saves your bones. Yes, absolutely. Helps you with building bone density, which especially for women, really important as we get older to do some kind of strength training to make sure that we retain our bone density. We don't start, because we start losing bone density as a natural process. So if we want to maintain or increase bone density, you want to make sure that we're doing some type of strength training, whether it's body weight, dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, whatever you like to do, whatever you will do consistently, do it. Any other questions before we log off here today? You're welcome, lovely. I hope that helps. Wish you the best of luck on your journey. And it's a step-by-step process, so I always recommend just take it one little step at a time. Make it really doable, because those little steps are what's going to add up to big changes in the future. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and log off. Thank you guys for joining me for today's workout. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at our Kettlebell Sport Q&A. If you have any questions, bring them then, and I will see you then, or I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful rest of your week.